Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Peace! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available New Year's 3000 BC, the album. Dad, I have no idea what I'm going to sing today. Shimmy, shimmy. Hey little thing, let me light your candle, cause mama, I'm so hard to handle now. Beast! I love rock and roll, so put another dime in the jukebox, baby. Boom, 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 cherry bomb. Beast! A little metal mix for you right there. What was that? That was the Black Crowes. Goes into Joan Jett, who was then part of the Runaways, and that was Cherry Bomb at the very end. I don't know what the boom 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 was. That's not part of the song. Cherry Bomb! I love the Runaways back in the day. Oh my god. That one member of the Runaways, I can't remember her name, was like Cherry Sherry or Sherry Cherry or something like that. I love her so much. Did you ever see the documentary about the Runaways? Oh my god, it was so fantastic. But anyway, so there was this movie back in the day. It's like one of my favorite movies of life, and it is called Foxes, and it's with Jodie Foster. The song on the radio... Someone called the radio, wrote me on the... Wait, someone read the letter you wrote me on the radio. I used to listen to Donna Summer every single day and roller skate in my driveway, and I thought I was Donna Summer. No, true story, I did, okay? I loved her so much. Hot stuff! Looking for... Oh my god. And then I watched a documentary this year, and it was bad. I didn't even finish it. It was like such a bad documentary about Donna Summer, but it was kind of a sad and tragic one too. I don't really know that much about Donna Summer. What was I saying? Oh, Joan Jett and the Runaways and Foxes. Okay, see, my mind, you all think that I'm like go all over the place, I don't remember things. It always comes back, you know? Like Celine Dion said, it's all coming back to me now. Okay, so you can tell I'm in a really good mood, can't you? Because it's early and I'm getting my videos filmed. See, that's why. So tonight, I just get to watch 14 hours of Vanderpump Rules, okay, which I've been doing. Last night, I finished season 3 and now I'm season 4. I stayed up way too late, okay, watching all of these episodes of Vanderpump Rules, but I don't care because I love that show. I'm like obsessed with that show. I'm like afraid, like I want to tweet out so bad, like I cannot stand Kristen. Like, does she get any better on the 4th season and she's still like the worst human being on the face of the earth? Like, I cannot stand Kristen. I really cannot stand Stassi. And I, you know, like, it's with Jax, like, I know Jax is, like, a horrible human being, but can somebody explain to me what is, like, likable about Jax? Like, there's something likable about him. I just actually watched him on House of Villains. I think he was the first one that got kicked off. And he's just such an arrogant, pompous ass on that show. But, like, and, like, I didn't like Katie, and now I like Katie. And I like Schwartz, but now I know I'm not supposed to like Schwartz because they ended up getting divorced and he cheated on her. And of course, Tom Sandoval, you can't like. And Ariana, I loved from the beginning. And my favorite, to be honest with you, is Sheena. And I looked at my husband the other day because he's watched every season. And I go, is it safe to like Sheena? He goes, we like Sheena. And I go, okay, we like Sheena, so that's safe. Because I don't know what's going to happen 2 episodes down, let alone 6 seasons down, right? Like, I don't want to say, like, well, you know, like, I don't like Kristen. I mean, I do feel sorry for Kristen, kind of, but, like, I mean, I don't know, girl. Like, you kind of, like, forgot somewhere along the way with you wanting to, like, gun for everybody else that you literally, like, effed your boyfriend's best friend on the couch, like, when he was asleep. You know, I mean... Girl, that's, I don't know. But then you're coming for everybody else because you're a liar. No, girl. Like Sheena said, okay, you're a cheater, okay, that does wrong things to your friends. That's why people don't like you. Not because you're a liar, okay? It's really not about that, okay? Girl, seriously. And then what kills me on this show is like, one episode, like one scene, not even an episode, Jax will say something, the very next scene somebody will confront him about it, and he goes, I never said that never happened. It's not even just like, yeah, that never happened. It's like, he's like offended. Like, I never said that never happened, you know, and all this kind of stuff. I'm sure more comes out about later, about cheating and all this kind of stuff. I don't want to know, okay? I will say this, and I love Ariana, so I have a feeling that's part of what plays into this, and also the length that they're together. But there is, I mean, I've only watched 3 seasons. I'm on the 4th season right now. If you guys have watched Vanderpump Rules, there is so much cheating that goes on. I mean, Jax and Kristen sleep together on Tom Sandoval, okay? Tom Sandoval's already cheated on Kristen, okay? While Jax is, like, broken up with Stassi, but Jax cheated on Stassi with a gal in Vegas that allegedly got pregnant, okay? And then Katie Schwartz is supposedly, is that her name? Katie Schwartz? No, his name is Schwartz. Katie Maloney, is that her name? She's supposedly motorboating a dick in a nightclub, which I don't even know what that means. She explains it. While, and then, but she doesn't consider that cheating. Stassi doesn't consider that cheating. Stassi is like arrogant, hypocritical. Please tell me that these girls changed. Please tell me that Stassi and Kristen changed. I like Google searched them and they like started a wine company together. Yeah, because I think drinking's working really well for you girls, okay? Because you get drunk and then you're a complete mess. And what was James on his first reunion? Can we even talk about that? Like, this is the video that I need to be making about my reality TV channel. So I'll go over there and talk about Vanderpump Rules today. So anyway, The Runaways. Okay, The Runaways. What was I saying about The Runaways? Oh, the movie Foxes with Jodie Foster. See, it all comes back to me, like Celine Dion said. So, Foxes. All right, so I love this movie so much. It's about these 4 girls that are friends. It takes place like in the late 70s, and they all live in Los Angeles and stuff like that. And that girl that I'm talking about with the blonde shag hairdo, oh my God, I loved her so much. Anyway, she is just a mess in this movie. It's really kind of sad at the end and all this kind of stuff. But y'all should watch that movie Foxes if you've never seen it. She goes, okay, so the girl with the blonde hair, Sherry, is that her name? Let's look up, is it Marie Sherry or something like that? I cannot, she's been in several movies. I think she was in that movie Over the Edge, too, with Matt Dillon. Did you guys ever see that back in the day? That is one of the best movies ever, Over the Edge. It's about all these kids that live in suburbia and, like, Santa Cruz, California, and all these housing additions and all doing, like, crazy amounts of drugs and all this kind of stuff, and then their life just falls to hell. It's really sad and depressing. You would love it. It's a good Friday night kind of movie. All these movies I loved back in the day. I wonder why I turned out the way I did. Okay. My mom would be like, I was like 14 years old and my mom would be like, we should watch Foxes tonight and then follow it up with The Way We Were. Yeah, Mom. That won't make me cry my eyes out and feel like I'm as sad as I possibly can at 14 years old. Foxes movie cast. What was this gal's name? I love her so much. She's still out there doing stuff. Jodie Foster, Candace Stroh. She played Deirdre. Scott Baio. I forgot he was in it. Cherie Curry! Oh my God, there she is! Oh my God, I love her so much! Anyway, there's a scene in the movie, and they're having dinner because all the girls make dinner for their boyfriends and stuff, and they get completely wasted. And she's talking about how, like, she was at this club, and they're, like, at this concert or whatever. And she's like, and do you know who walked in? She goes, Joni fucking Mitchell, man. And they all table go silent because she thought they were going to say something. She goes, I mean, Joni fucking Mitchell, man. I could call my one good G. We love that movie so much. And I could literally text him right now and be like, Joni fucking Mitchell. And he texts me back like, man, or something like that. If you don't have friendships like that in your life, well, I hope you do. I hope you find those friendships. Need a little Diet Coke. So, you know, I was going to do this video today. We're getting down to the wire, right? We're getting down to the wire. I got some videos planned for the next 2 days where I want to talk about sitting on my front porch and talk about, you know, like, this year, I have a lot of changes I want to talk about going into the next year. I want to talk about some things that have happened to me this year. There's a very serious video that I need to make. I think that'll probably be my, like, going out of 2024. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. And then I have a video for tomorrow that I already know what I'm going to talk about in that video and stuff like that. And so I was like, I don't really know what to make about this video or doing this video today, you know? I've kind of like, earlier this week, I kind of planned out all my videos for the week. They've changed quite a bit, though, actually. Like, I changed some of the videos that I was going to do for this weekend, because people on my channel say they like to watch videos more on the weekend. So if I was going to take a day off, it should be during the week, but I haven't done that this week. So I was like, some of the things I switched around, and so now the reviews and the Peter Does Stuff videos that I was going to do for this weekend, I did earlier in the week, so now I don't know what I'm going to do on those channels. I guess we'll figure it out when Saturday and Sunday come. But Sunday's New Year's, so happy New Year's. And since it's New Year's, I thought we would talk about the worst New Year's resolutions today. Or whatever people are talking about out there. Because, you know, I was going to do a video today, like a highly dramatized video. But, you know, I don't think people really want to hear the truth. Or at least one person out there. So, you want to talk about ratioed, okay? I do a video about my most viewed videos of 2023, and it gets like 8,000 views, okay? I do a video about Morgan Adams, talking about Shane Dawson and all this kind of stuff, and it gets like twice as many views. So I know what people are over here, and it isn't for me. Okay, let's just make that very, very clear. When all of you out there are like, Peter, we don't really care what you talk about. We just are here for you. Well, that's bullshit. I know it now, okay? So listen, none of you got my back. Y'all are a bunch of haters. You're a bunch of haters. No, you're not. I love you guys so much. But anyway, so I just like did this Morgan Adams video yesterday, and I just couldn't. And I was like, you know what? I want to go into the new year with none of these bullshit comments, okay? Because the world that some of these people live in, I just can't, right? Like, for example, people are like, Peter, you said that Morgan Adams hadn't posted a video in 3 months, and I went and looked, and she actually posted a video a month ago. So, what's your point? Okay, she hasn't posted a video in a month, all right? And all these people said all this stuff that happened to Morgan Adams. I said in my video, if you watch my video, because you guys that do not like me and want to criticize me, quickly pick and choose what you listen to in my videos, okay? It's very obvious. I said multiple times, I wasn't going to get in a video and talk about her having skin cancer, okay? I don't think that's fair to Morgan Adams. I don't think that's fair to her, all right? But since you all wanted to flood my comment section with it, I said in my videos, I don't know if you guys cannot read between the lines or understand things, but I said that she had a lot of health concerns, a lot of health issues, a lot of stuff going on in her life, okay? I talked about the building of her house. I referenced all of that kind of stuff. I wasn't going to get in the video and go, well, she had skin cancer and she had a contractor that screwed her over and blah, 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 whatever. I knew all that kind of stuff, okay? I was trying to do that out of deference to Morgan Adams, but since you guys want to put it in my comment section, okay, that's fine, right? But she said in her video that she's been working out for the last few months, right? I know that she had a lot of stuff that was going on, okay? I totally understand that. This is, for example, when I talked about Raw Beauty Christie and people said things to me, and listen, I said in my video yesterday, I don't hate Morgan Adams. I have no issue with Morgan Adams whatsoever, okay? People want me to hate her because she is friends with Shane Dawson. It's her brother-in-law. I even said in my video yesterday, what do you expect? It's her brother-in-law. You know, I take no issue with Morgan Adams. I just don't like her videos. And it's not because I don't like him because I'm disgusted by him. It's just like, I don't relate to him. She probably don't relate to my videos. She's probably like, I don't want to listen to this old man talk. I get it. We like what we like. I have no issues with Morgan Adams. I think she seems like a very nice young lady. You know, a little privileged, I think. A little kind of like unaware of how the real world works when you put out one video a month. You put out one video a month. Now, when I talked about Raw Beauty Christie, all these people are like, do you know what's going on with Raw Beauty Christie in her real life? Do you know how much Raw Beauty Christie has going on in her real life? Yeah, I'm fully aware of that. I actually talked to Kristi about that. That was the first thing I said to her after she asked me for help. Is I said, do you want to talk about anything else, Kristi? I know you got a lot of personal stuff going on with family members and things like that. She goes, no, I'm really calling you to ask for help. But I appreciate you saying that, Peter. Thank you. That was the first thing I said, okay? I don't need to get on video and sing my effing praises, okay, about what I do behind the scenes. I'm not Jeffree fucking Star. Let's just make that clear, okay? So when I'm concerned about somebody or whatever, I don't need to do that. But now I have found the need recently to do that because people want to say this stuff, you know? So, okay, fine, I'll prove it when I have to and whatever. But that conversation occurred. I was very, very aware of that. Kristi was like, when I talked to her on the phone, she was like, things are good. Things are improving. We're doing better. We're working on the garden. We're doing this. We're doing that. I knew when I came out later and talked about Kristi that Kristi was okay because Kristi told me she was okay, okay? I wasn't going to get in the video and talk about how we had talked briefly about what was going on in her personal life, okay? Out of deference and fairness to Kristi, right? And all these people came for me and said, how dare you do this to Kristi? Do you know what's going on with her? Kristi told me she's completely fine. In fact, Kristi went on to post on Instagram. That was the way that I translated it to people. People still didn't want to hear it. Kristi had no problem posting non-disclosed affiliate links after that on Instagram. No problem posting on both Instagram accounts, her and her Zach and Kristi account. Posting of her gardening, posting about her going to Halloween this and Halloween that. And no, her life shouldn't stop, okay? But she was continuing to post videos. People be like, those are pre-filmed videos. The fuck they were, okay? So Kristi could post videos. Kristi could post Instagram stories. Kristi could post affiliate links. But Peter Monn can't make a video about Kristi because she's going through the worst time of her entire life. I feel for whatever Kristi is going through. I said that in my videos, okay? I feel for whatever Morgan Adams is going through. But when you lead in a video and talk about your weight loss and you say that I've been really heavy into working out, and I suggest, okay, that maybe you film a video where you're working out or you're laying in bed just talking to your audience and it'll garner you 500,000 views, and then you can make some money off that because you later in the video talk about how in debt you are, okay? But a 500,000 viewed video, which is average for her channel, okay, at 30 minutes of her watch time probably being 25, in all honesty, is probably a 5 to a 10,000 view, is 5 to 10,000 video, okay? Are you guys shaking your heads at $10,000? I think that is fantastic advice that I was giving her, okay? I wasn't trying to be mean to Morgan. Y'all come out there and you want to make these excuses and you want to write these narratives about things. For example, I was giving her good examples, okay? Or good suggestions. I was trying to help Morgan Adams. I have no issue with Morgan Adams, but even the people that I don't like, I have given them fantastic suggestions, okay? And no, I don't think I'm the gatekeeper on that. They might try it, it may not work, and they may do it, and it may work fantastically. I'm just like you guys sitting out here on the side. Do you guys not watch videos and you go, well, what they should do is this, you know? What Beauty Christie should do is this, you know? Listen, this is the thing, okay? When I'm talking about Beauty Christie, okay? Not only had she come out, this is the thing that kills me, right? Is that people are like, she doesn't owe you anything. She doesn't come out and talk to me. You're right. She doesn't owe me anything, okay? I'll even go as far as to say she doesn't owe her audience anything. That has literally given her that farm and that house and everything else that's bought her shit that she puts out there, okay? She doesn't owe anybody. She owes nobody anything. Let's just go with that, okay? I don't believe that, but let's just go with that since the Kristi defenders want to say that, okay? Y'all, my battery died. And I had to go downstairs and get a battery. And then I'm like, oh God, at least I get to stretch out my back. I don't know why, but sitting on this bed, like forward like this, is like so painful for my back. Okay, so I tried to remember what I was saying, right, as the battery died. So what I was saying was, I'm 100% behind the fact, if you guys want to go with it, that Kristi doesn't owe anybody anything, okay? I don't believe that. Like I said, I don't believe that. But we'll go with that for a second, okay? But I gave Kristi some really good suggestions. She asked for those suggestions. Don't forget that. She initiated the conversation by reaching out to me in DMs and said, could we talk? I said, sure. I gave her my number, okay? Anybody that asks me to talk, I give them my number. I'm not afraid of that. I don't do them block calls and all that kind of stuff, okay? YouTubers are famous for when they message you, they won't text you. They send you a voice note that erases as soon as you listen to it. YouTubers do that all the time, okay? So you can't capture receipts. You have to push save, then they know that you saved it. Jeffree Star he did that all the time, okay, when I would talk to him back in the day. Or he would text him back in the day. So I was like, I always give my phone number. Because I'm the real deal, and I don't give a shit. Okay, call me on my phone, you know, so it is whatever it is. So she calls me, and we talk, and it is what it is, right? And I gave her suggestions. Now, I want to tell you, I gave Kristi suggestions because I felt like she was in a really difficult situation, okay? At first, it wasn't until after the phone call, you have to remember that, right? That I started watching stuff, and I was like, she straight up lied to me on the phone, okay? I was like, you took time out of my life, and I was genuinely, okay, from the bottom of my heart, as somebody that had watched you for a long time and cared about you, giving you really good suggestions based on what you were telling me, that you had no clue what James Charles, I mean, I knew that he had done something, but I didn't really know what it was. Then I go back and I watch some of your videos, and you're literally referencing in your videos what James Charles did, and you lied to me on the phone. So basically what that phone call was about was, stop making videos about me. Well, girly girl, I've been manipulated enough, and I say that because Daniel Prada says girly girl, okay? So don't be coming for me and being like, that's really offensive. Go tell it to Daniel Prada, okay? So, girly girl, Beauty Christie, girly girl, okay? What I'm most pissed about was the fact that, and this is where Kristi, when people want to say she's such a nice person and blah, 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 whatever, okay? First of all, let's just take aside all the James Charles bullshit, all right? She knew that I was supportive of her. Kristi knew that I had been supportive of her for a very long time. I had shouted Kristi out. We were never friends, okay? We were friendly to each other. I had never talked to her before on the phone. It was never anything like that, okay? When people want to paint it out like we were deep friends. No. We messaged each other on Instagram, period, in a story. That was it. So, a few times here and there, tweeted each other a few times here and there, right? It was nothing deep, okay? I don't have a problem coming out and addressing my interactions with Beauty Christie, but she can't do that same thing for James Charles. So apparently, there is something there with her and James Charles, or she's afraid to piss James Charles off, or I don't know. Does James Charles have something on Kristi? Seems James Charles has something on everybody, that they're all okay with a predator that is still out there doing the same thing, you know? So anyway, I talk to her on the phone. She knows I care about her. I lead with that. Kristi, you know I really care about you. What do you want out of this phone call? This is your phone call. I really need suggestions. Well, what I know now, after going back and watching some of her videos, is she full-heartedly knew everything that happened with James Charles, okay? She knew it all about that whole situation. It's her deal whether she wants to come out and address it or not. I think it's a piss-poor move. I think her audience deserves more, but she don't owe me nothing. okay? And that's how it goes, right? But what I realized in that moment, okay, when people want to attack me over Raw Beauty Christie, okay, let me tell you how it really went down. How it really went down was this, okay? That Raw Beauty Christie was calling me up and reaching out to me under the guise of wanting advice because she acted like she had no clue what James Charles had ever done when she had literally made videos referencing the situation between James and Tati and the scandal of James Charles, okay? I did not know that at that time. I told people I didn't think they were going to believe her story when she was like, well, I really had no clue what was going on. I have a lot going on. Because Kristi always uses that excuse. I have a lot going on. And then posts 4 sponsored videos with 15 affiliate links underneath it. Okay? But she's got a lot going on. Oh, those are pre-filmed videos. Kristi has this miraculous ability to know that that a lot is going to happen real soon. And so she pre-films 10 videos. You guys, listen, okay? I don't buy it. I just don't, okay? And it was really hard for me to ever come out and speak about Raw Beauty Christie because Raw Beauty Christie was somebody that I liked and I followed for a long time, right? Do I think she's a horrible person? No, I don't think she is at all. Do I think she's money hungry because she wants to support her family and give her family and herself everything that she wants? Absolutely. Do I think that that's a bad thing? No. Do I think she has a hustle? 100%. Okay, do I think that she plays it off like she doesn't have a hustle, just like Shane Dawson comes out and talks about how broke he is, and Kristi acts like she just has whatever? Yes, I think that's completely the case. I think she's ate up with drama. I think she's ate up with all this kind of stuff. I think she's ate up with these beauty influencers that made it further than she did. You go back and you watch her videos, and she talks about people flying in planes and wearing this and wearing that. She's ate up with it. She's jealous of it, okay? You know? Girl, I can admit when I'm jealous. I can admit when I wish I had somebody else's things that they have and things like that. But don't play it down like something else. And definitely don't play on a private phone call with me, okay, where I have to then come out and address it, that you acted like you didn't have a clue what was going on. And then you want to play it out off like, well, I had a lot going on. When I said that to you, you said, no, I'm fine. Everything's okay. So you knew people were going to buy into that, this I had a lot going on thing, because you've used that a lot, Kristi. You've used that. I have a lot going on. Whenever anything happens or you're called out, it's I have a lot going on. But you didn't have a problem calling out Michaela Nogueira. You didn't have a problem calling out all these other people, Jaclyn Hill. Do you know that they didn't have a lot of stuff going on? I mean, what would you have said to Jaclyn Hill and Michaela Nogueira when you called them out, okay? And then they said, well, we have a lot going on, Kristi. Like, how dare you come for me, Jaclyn? Or Jaclyn said to you, how dare you come for me, Kristi, and put my lipstick underneath the microphone? Do you know what I have going on in my life? I have a lot going on. I cannot deal with this. This isn't the most important thing to me right now. You would have shredded her, girl. You would have shredded her, just like you have in your opinions videos that you put out at the end of the month because they garner you a lot of views. Listen, I don't hate somebody with a hustle, okay? I don't hate somebody with a hustle. Just own your hustle, right? Like, I respect somebody that works hard, plays hard, all that kind of stuff, puts out a lot of work, is passionate about what they do. I'm passionate about what I do, okay? I put out 5 to 6, 7 videos a day. You think I ain't hustling? I'm hustling, okay? I don't have any problem with that. Just own it. Don't act like you're just sitting over there in your garden, you know, being a gnome in your gnome house, and you're just going to do all this kind of stuff. What pissed me off, okay, the most was that you knew this, okay? Was that number 1, I was a person that really cared about you, okay? Number 2, unlike some of the people out there, you knew that I really do want to see the good in people because you see things similarly to how I do. You knew I wanted to see good in people, that you know that that's a truism about me, that I don't just say that for videos. You know that that's something I really believe because you also watch my Peterisms channel because you've shouted that channel out. In fact, that's the only channel of mine that you've shouted out, okay? I believe. And so you knew that out of the kindness of my heart, I was going to want to see the best in you and give you good advice. And you banked on that. And you manipulated me. Okay? And here it is again. I'm called out for all this bullshit, right? But I'm trying to be a good person, and I get called out for that. And I call you out for that, and then I'm again the bad person, right? When you took advantage of me, you knew exactly what was going on. Well, I'm a grown-ass adult, okay? I'm a grown-ass adult. I should have known better. But, you know, at some point in life, you learn that you gotta have, like, blind faith and trust in people. And you want to just, like, believe the best in people. I've always wanted that about people. You know, when it's Jaclyn Hill and she's got 40 different lies coming about, like, okay, that's one thing. But when it's Kristi, that I've really respected her opinion in the past, and she's done a lot of things, and then it's brought to my attention that she's, you know, all this kind of stuff, and I call her out. And this is the other thing I wanted to say. This is how I was going to begin this whole conversation was, I wasn't just giving her advice, which she asked for. Let's not forget that, which she asked for, okay? I wasn't just giving her advice based on trying to fix the problem and things like that, okay? For example, okay, Amy Slayton, who I've been talking to behind the scenes, I love 1,000 Pound Sisters. I used to cover Amy Slayton back in the day, all this kind of stuff, right? We've had talks about my videos that I made about her back in the day, whatever. So she recently got caught in a situation where she was on TikTok Live, and she had her son in her lap and she was smoking a cigarette, okay? People have come for her, rightfully so, okay? So I'm asking her about it behind the scenes, because there's been a lot of videos that have made, a lot of people are saying stuff, right? So I'm asking her about it. I'm like, Amy, what's the situation with the smoking with your son on your lap? Like, this is not good, right? Like, you know better than that. And she's like, I know. And she's like, you know, it was a really good, I've said this in other videos of mine, right? On my reality TV channel. She was like, this was a really good learning experience for me, because I learned a lot through it, you know, and whatever. And she said something to the effect of like, I'm like going through hard times and whatever. And I was like, girl, that's not good enough. Like, I'm sorry you're going through hard times. We all have hard times, okay? Sometimes for me, this hard thing excuse, like I can be empathetic for somebody, but that doesn't necessarily take away from doing things that are problematic. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot more has been expected out of a lot of us over a lot less, you know, when we were going through very, very difficult times. You know, I literally, I'm like, do I really even want to get into this today? No, I don't, because it's water under the bridge. So anyway, but, you know, I've had moments on YouTube where I've been uplifted during tough times. I've had moments on YouTube where I've been beaten down, you know? And so, it is what it is, right? But there's a time and a place to come out and do things. When I talked to Kristi on the phone about, like, because she said, the reason why I suggested to her to even come out and make it in a video was because she said, I want to unfollow him on Instagram, but I know it will look performative. And I said, 100% Kristi will look performative, right? And so, oh, by the way, what I was going to say about Amy Slayton was this whole situation. I said, how are you going to resolve the situation? She goes, I'm going to address it. And I said, how are you going to address it? And when she told me, I was like, girl, this is not it. Like, you're not getting it. You're not getting the full picture, right? And I said, I'd like to talk to you on the phone, blah, blah, blah. That conversation never happened because she was busy with the kids and things like that, right? Because I wanted to say to her, like, I think you need to take a deeper look at this, okay? I'm more concerned about it being just drama than I am about looking and seeing the full picture of this whole situation, okay? If Kristi had reached out to me and not said, I want advice or suggestions from you, and she said, I just want to know what you think about this situation, okay? Like, what do you think about whatever? I would have had that conversation with her, okay? I didn't reach out to Amy Slayton to try to help her fix the situation. That was what Kristi was asking me to do, okay? Like many other influencers have asked me to do. What should I do in this situation? Gabby Hanna's reached out to me. Other people have reached out to me. How do I fix this situation? What do I do with this situation, okay? They're getting millions and millions of views. I tell them how to fix the situation. They don't, from a drama channel's point of view that covers this stuff, they're like, you're the expert. Okay, if I told you how many influencers have told myself, Dustin Daly, Ashley Kyle, Rich Lux, Paige Christie, Nick Snyder, every one of us, that we're experts in the field and we know what we're talking about, and then they do the complete opposite, and then we get screamed and yelled at for saying what we say in our videos, which is exactly the same things that we said to them behind the scenes. This is why, listen, don't be reaching out to me for no advice anymore, because I'm not giving it, I'm not wasting my breath. And quite frankly, if you're an influencer out there and you're reaching out to me for my advice, okay, then you're going to pay me for my time, all right? And I'm very expensive these days, because I ain't just handing out over, because the hate that goes along with it is not worth it, all right? So if you are going to reach out to me and you're going to ask for advice and do the exact opposite, and then I'm going to get shit all over on the internet, no, baby, you're going to pay me for my time, okay? Like Kelly Catrone, okay, from Kel on Earth, the reality show, and The Hills, who wrote the book, If You Have to Cry, Go Outside. What she said is, after her last phone call, people asking her for free advice, she said, she looked at her whole staff at her table and she said, no longer am I giving out free advice. I work too hard for it, okay? You want me to get a bunch of bullshit because all of you influencers have used drama channels for years behind the scenes, okay? And then you're okay with it, and when we get a bunch of bullshit in return, okay? We're saying the same things that we said to you on the phone years ago, right? Oh, no, baby. Don't reach out to me anymore, because if you do, the first thing I'm going to say to you is, there will be a charge for this, okay? So that way, if you take it, you take it. If you don't, you don't, okay? And you know what? There can be a contract that goes with it that says, and I will not speak about this, but here, you want free advice from me? I'm a Peter Monn's PR company, okay? Take it, listen to it, shove it up your ass. I don't really care. At least I got compensated for it, and I didn't get any hate for it, okay? Because I am so tired of giving unsolicited advice because I actually care about people as human beings. And then I give people advice, okay? Not to just fix the situation, but actually appeal to their career and try to help their career, right? Because I think about that all the way through. I think about these things all the way through, right? And I try to give people really good advice and really good suggestions based on what I've seen. Not because I'm an expert. I've never claimed to be an expert. They've called us that, okay? And then they do the complete opposite, and I get a shit ton of hate for saying the advice that I said to them. And many times, most times actually, okay, I think even until Beauty Christie, never in a video ever said, and I talked to Jeffrey and gave him this advice, okay? If you guys knew how many text messages and phone calls I've had with these people where they have reached out to me and said, I do not know what to do in this situation, please give me advice. And then they do the complete fucking opposite of it, okay? No more. No more. So what I was hurt about was the fact that when I gave Kristi advice, okay, it was because I wanted her to do the right thing as a human being because I like Kristi, okay? I still like Kristi. There's still a part of me. I know that you guys don't believe that, but there was a part of me that I'm like, I'm still holding on. It's been 4 months. If she comes out and speaks, yes, it's a little too late. But even when things are a little too late, okay, there is a time and a place to do what's right. Okay, I just hope she's not waiting until this weekend to get that last bit of AdSense money in December going into January, okay? Like, that for me is going to be like the cherry on top of the cake, you know, for me. I'm just going to be like, no, that's enough, right? But, like, you know when people say, well, Peter, if they come out now, if Colleen Ballinger came out now, if Kristi came out now and addressed this, you'd say it's a little bit too little too late. Yeah, probably I would. Absolutely. I'm not going to lie about that at all. I'm not a bullshit artist over here. What you see is what you get, okay? Y'all want to, like, ride so hard for these people that you will never meet. At least I'm giving you the truth over here, okay? So here's the truth. If Beauty Christie came out tomorrow, okay, well, if she came out tomorrow, I'd probably say, girl, she's getting in for the AdSense money. Here, let's just lay it out on the line. I'd say she waited till the very end of the month, or the very end of the year, where the money is the highest on YouTube, okay, to come out and finally address this James Charles situation. So yes, it is performative, and she's doing it for AdSense money, okay? That's the first thing I would say. The second thing I would say is it's a little too late, okay? But the third thing that I would say, because I do believe this, okay, is even if it takes somebody 6 years, 16 years to come out and address something, there are things that you do in life that you need to come out and address, okay? There are things in my life that I've had to go back on in my personal life and make amends for and whatever, all right? It had been 20 years since I had done those things, 30 years, 40 years since I had done those things, right? Was it a little too late? It was a fucking lot too little too late. That didn't mean I didn't have to go back and do it, right? That didn't mean that I didn't have to clean up the wreckage of my past and clean things up. For me. Because I knew that I was a different person today. And I just wanted to get rid of that, you know? And I wanted to be able to stand on my own 2 feet and look at people in their eyes. I want that for Kristi. Genuinely, I do. Because until then, people are always going to hold her to the standard that you did something performative, you supported a predator when you've come out in defense of kids. What I'm hurt about was that I was not only trying to do that, but I also said to her on the phone, if you come out in a video and you address this, not only will it be a good explanation, because she's so good, Kristi's so good at just sitting down and talking to her audience, you know, and just saying this and just saying that, right? Not only would it be an explanation and people would understand it, but I also think that people, because I got after the fact, I didn't even know this at the time, so many people that were like, I'm on the fence about Kristi, I left Kristi, I'm over Kristi, Kristi this, Kristi that. Influencers behind the scenes were like, if you really knew who Kristi was, blah, blah, blah. And all that's in my ear, and I'm still thinking Kristi's going to change and be the person I want her to be. Because that's what I feel about human beings, okay? Believe it or not. So I got all that afterwards, right? But I'm like, Kristi, if there's any people out there that like don't really like you anymore or have like fallen out of love with you, this might be a way for you to earn them back, you know? Because on that note, it's like, you know, you're being honest, you're being really forthright with these people, and people are gonna be like, oh my God, Kristi she's backing up the talk. She's walking the walk, right? That's admirable, that's respectful. A very important science project, research project just occurred, and you guys did not even aware that you were part of it. So at any given time, I have 4 batteries charging. This battery is so hot. I have 4 batteries charging at any given time, okay? But I have one battery that is really bad. And it's like only runs for like 20 or 30 minutes. And I didn't know which battery it was. The battery just stopped in the middle of a sentence, right? And so I was like, this is the bad battery. Okay, so this battery, she's gone. She's no more. We're done with her, okay? I think there's actually 2 batteries that aren't good because they last about a year and then they kind of like go sour. But anyway, talking about Kristi. So, you know, this is the thing. Kristi could have been the Kristi that everybody wanted her to be. She could have been inspiring to people, right? Like, I'm so inspired when people walk the walk that they talk, you know? And it's not a perfect line, you know? Like, I try to be the person that walks my talk. I miss the mark a lot, okay? I have fucked up a lot in my life, okay? I have put out a lot of shit out there that I'm not proud of. I've done a lot of things in my life that I'm not proud of, okay? Sober, not sober. I've said and done things, you know, that I'm not proud of in my life at all. You know, that I look back on and I feel ashamed of those things, right? But I can learn and I can grow from those things. I don't know how it works for these people to ignore those situations. Maybe Kristi's working on it behind the scenes. You know, maybe she is. But I don't know how it works to just ignore those situations and act like they didn't occur. I'm not somebody that can live like that. It kind of eats at my soul a little bit. And so that even furthermore kind of makes me think maybe Kristi wasn't who I thought she was. Because, I don't know, in a situation like that where it's in major publications. I mean, it was in magazines, you guys, about her following James Charles, you know? It's like they're talking about it on podcasts and things like that, and you just act like it didn't happen. Okay, and everybody's like, well, you can't force her in a corner. She doesn't have to talk about what she doesn't want to talk about. No, you don't have to, but like, I don't know, and this is why it was so confusing to me, and then people were like, well, you're forcing her to come out and talk about it. I'm just talking about from my perspective. If it was me, and that happened today, I would feel like that needed to happen, or I needed to talk about that in a video. I've had situations this year that happened and I came out right away and talked about it. I've had a few situations where I've come out and addressed things right away. So I don't understand why, I don't know. For a lot of these people, you know, like, I just don't understand why it's so difficult to turn around and do this. Like, what's the thought that needs to go into just getting on video and being like, y'all, I just didn't even realize. I mean, really would have not been that hard for Kristi to say, you guys, I did know this. And I held on too long. I've said that for years, you know, that I held on too long to Manny MUA. I gave him more chances than I probably should. What was so hard for her to say that in a video? I wasn't asking him to march him down to the town square and, you know, annihilate him. I wasn't asking for that. I didn't ask for anything, actually. She asked me for advice. I gave her suggestions. I told her just to be honest with her audience. I said, tell them what they told me. Well, let me tell you why Kristi couldn't get in a video and tell you what she told me. Because what she told me was a lie. She said she had no clue about what happened with James Charles, okay? That it was during a time that she was going through hard times, okay? Well, the James Charles situation has been going on and off for about 3 or 4 years, okay? So, I don't know if Kristi has had really hard times for 3 or 4 years constantly. She's posted a lot of videos, okay? She sat on her floor of her house, and she's gone through makeup bins, and, you know, she's made snarky, snide remarks in videos. She's, you know, planted stuff in her gnome garden. She's done this, she's done that. I mean, there have been moments in there that she hasn't had tough times, right? I would have to believe that in the last year, one of the tough times that she has been contributed to by the fact that people were calling her out, by her support, whatever it looks like, okay, of James Charles. So you would think that if you knew that you were having tough times, and one way to address that and deal with it was by to just come out and be honest with your audience and say, you guys, like, I just really don't want to, like, go any further in this. Listen, I gave James way too many chances. I shouldn't have. Hey, it was a wake-up call for me when I started getting called out. I've unfollowed James. It's the right thing to do. I followed him way too long. You know, like, I'm sorry to my audience, you know, whatever. Like, I met James years ago. I don't even feel like I need to explain it. I just shouldn't have been following him. I shouldn't have been supporting him. I shouldn't have been liking pictures. It's wrong, you know? Especially when she came out and spoke about Colleen Ballinger, who has very similar allegations, okay? Had no problem coming for Colleen Ballinger, but can't address James Charles. Had no problem talking about the 8-passenger situation, but can't come out and talk about her association with James Charles. This is why my biggest disappointment in 2023 is Kristi. Because what I realized is Kristi isn't who I thought she was. But I'm still holding out. I am. You know, 6 months or a year from now, she comes out and makes a video about it, or she feels like she needs to, and no, she doesn't have to, and no, she doesn't owe that to me or anybody else, I guess. I think she does owe it to her audience a little bit, you know? But whatever, if she came out 6 months or a year from now, yes, I would say it's too little too late. I'd say it's interesting that she's coming out with it now, but I'd say I'm thankful that she's at least addressing it. Okay, I don't know what took the time. You know, I don't know. I don't love when people get in videos and go, the reason why I waited this amount of time is because of this, this, and this, and the reason why, listen, I don't need 9 million excuses, okay? I don't need explanations for why it happened. Just get in a video and fucking own it. That's what's been expected of us for every minute that I've been on YouTube. Why is it all different? It's like when drama channels get called out for shit, it's like you must immediately, okay, within hours come out and address this. Why are you not talking about this one person that you have never interacted with in your entire life, but they're part of your community, so you better talk about them? Okay, well, on that note alone, that every fucking beauty influencer out there should probably talk about James Charles, okay? Every one of them. And on that note alone, then every person that's ever done a collaboration with Colleen Ballinger, including Joey Graceffa, should probably come out and talk about Colleen Ballinger. Because for years, drama channels has been held to that same standard, okay? You're part of this community. So this person that you have never interacted with, never received a DM from them, follow them on Twitter just because you're part of the same community and you want to see what they put out there, okay? But you've never interacted with them. You've never even liked some of their shit. You've maybe only talked to them once or twice, but they demand that we address something from them. And you know what? We did, okay? So quit telling me what people need to do and what they don't do when you've been expecting this from years. So going into 2024, don't be demanding nothing from me no more, okay? Because Peter Monn's going to do what Peter Monn wants to do. And listen, don't be telling me to address things that are part of my community or things that you think that I need to address and blah, blah, blah out there for those of you that have said that, okay? When you want to ride so hard for James Charles, Colleen Ballinger, and all these other people that defend them. No, I'm done with that, okay? You wanted us to address things over a fucking fan, okay, that I got back in the day, okay, and said, oh, well, that's PR. You said you weren't taking PR anymore. A fan that I got because I say beast in my videos. Or a palette that Dustin Daly or Ashley Kyle got, okay? You wanted to say all that kind of stuff, and we demanded we make videos addressing it, all right? But that same rule doesn't apply to Beauty Christie or Colleen Ballinger or James Charles or Manny MUA or all these people that follow them and give them the platform that they have. Okay, I'll remember that one. So anyway, in talking about the whole Morgan Adams thing, you know, looking at it, like I'm going to probably call this video Morgan Adams versus Beauty Christie. Why the fuck not? I'm talking about both of them and I'm kind of comparing the stories a little bit. Because this is the thing. For both of them, they're both people that I really, really liked. I'm still holding out for Kristi. There's a part of me that really, really likes Kristi, okay? I mean, I've learned a lot about Kristi since I made my videos behind the scenes from people that have interacted with her, influencers, and people are like, she's not who you think she is. Like, no, she's not this evil, vile, calculated person, but... Okay, the things that people have said to me are not really... I mean, they're surprising because that's not how I viewed Kristi, but they're not like anything evil. I mean, people are just like, she's really about the sponsorship, she's really about the money, she's really about this. You know, her integrity is not as strong. She kind of like lets go of some things. She doesn't care about these things as long as she can get opportunities to other things. Okay, just own that, girl. Like, just listen, step into it. Just step into that's who you are, you know? You don't have to be, listen, I love a good pair of overalls, okay? But not every video do you have to step into your farmer's overalls and be making, you know, cupcakes and showing all this kind of stuff at your gnome house and act like that's your life, okay? When you're behind the scenes going, I think I deserve $60,000 for this sponsorship. No, it's only going to be 60 seconds. I don't do 90 seconds sponsorships, okay? I mean, let's just call it for what it is, all right? So, listen... Be in your overalls. I love a good pair of overalls, okay? I actually love Kristi's house. I love her farm. I love the whole thing. I love her aesthetics. Actually, when I talked to her on the phone that day, she had just done these drawings, okay, for her friend's kid's birthday party. And I said to her, I love those drawings that you do. I love that whole world. Okay, I poke fun of it from here or there. That's who I am. I'm shady, okay? But, like, I love that whole world that she's created. But if that's your world and it's afforded to you by your hustle, girl, just own your hustle. There ain't no shame in that. Maybe part of what you're pissed off at Jeffree Star so much about is, other than the obvious of him being all these horrible things, right? But that he steps into his hustle and you can't. Because you know that if you step into your hustle, you're held to a different degree. I get that, right? Like, listen, drama channels for years have been cussing, calling people names, throwing up this, throwing up that. Held to a different standard. If I did those things, my channel would be gone tomorrow. I get it. I've said it to them. I've said people be like, you need to stand up for yourself. They've been saying that to me for years. I'm like, if I did the same things you did, I'd be gone tomorrow. People think I'm like, what happened to the nice guy? What happened to the kind old guy and all this kind of stuff? But anyway, you know what? Listen, And what I would love for Kristi, not for me, not for audience, what I would love for Kristi is going into 2024 for her to come out in a video and be like, and not be including it in 20 other things and just go, listen, let's just deal with the elephant in the room, okay? Listen, I follow James Charles. I liked some of his pictures. I gave him too long of a chance. People brought it to my attention. I really didn't know what to do with it, and I probably stood too long by it, and I never addressed it because I was scared of what the reception was going to be. I knew I probably should address it. I was scared it might affect my money. I was scared it might affect views. It might affect people not liking me anymore and like my relationships, because I do think that her relationships with her audience are important to her on many different levels. I think she really does care about her audience. I really do, And I think for a long time, Kristi's been the voice of reason, and so she comes out and she says, listen, I didn't really realize, And now that I step back and look, I realize I am aiding to giving that person, whether it's just a like, whether it's just a follow, I am helping that person have a platform, and they've abused their platform. And so no longer can I do that. And it probably did look performative. I don't know why people have such a hard time just owning like what it looks like and what it is, if that's the truth, And then and going into 2024, I'm going to do better, and call me out on stuff, and I'll address it when it happens, And then she's cleared away everything, and then she can step into 2024. I would live for that, okay? Because we don't see a lot of people do that shit. I would live for that. And I think Kristi has it in her to be that authentic for everything that she's gotten called out for. I really do. Because Kristi for a long time has been the voice of reason, And I'm hopeful for Kristi. I know people think that I hate Kristi. I don't hate Kristi at all. I don't. I know people think that I hate all these people. I don't. I just, I don't. I hold out hope for a lot of these people, because if I lose hope on them, then I lose hope on myself. And I just, early in recovery, I learned that I have to want for people what they have. I have to want for other people what I want for myself. And I'm not a perfect example. I'm going to continue to screw up. I'm going to continue to make mistakes. Okay, but I hope I learn and I grow from them. And I want the same thing for these people. I don't want the same thing for Kristi. So, Kristi, Happy New Year. And I mean that sincerely. And I hope that 2024 is an amazing year for you. And, yeah, that's really how I feel about it, Morgan Adams, I never have really had any issue with Morgan Adams. I said in my video she really wasn't my cup of tea just because of her kind of like her attitude in her videos, It comes across to me, and I don't know if this is because she spent the last couple years, because she was like 19 when she started YouTube. She said in her video something about being 19 at the time that she was hanging out with all of them. So I don't know. I feel like her saying that was important to that part. I just want to say that. That was part of the part that she cut out. People were like, yeah, but she said in the video that she... I got a couple comments from people saying, she said in that part of the video she was 19 hanging out with all these older guys or older people, and she didn't know. Like, really, she thought they were friends and she was innocent and stuff. Well, that was important that she said her age in the video. There was a point for why she said that. That was the point, okay? Okay, here's the thing. I don't think that Morgan is 100% calculated, but I don't think she's 100% innocent either. I mean, the amount of comments that I got where people are like, she has no idea what really went on behind the scenes with Shane Dawson and all them. Are you kidding me? Like, seriously? Do you see how close these people are? They all live in like a 10-mile radius, okay? Who do you think Shane and Ryland are hanging out with? Unless Chris is over. I mean, who do you think they're hanging out with? They're hanging out with their family. You think that Ryland's mom and dad don't know what happened with Shane and all them? Trust me, they all know, okay? It's not like it's a kitchen secret. They all know. I don't know why people act like this is this big thing. Like, do you think they all sit around there and they ask Shane over and they have, like, fried chicken from Kentucky Fried Chicken and they act like that he never went through this alleged cancellation? I mean, do you think that wasn't talked about? You think Ryland didn't go to his mom and his sister and say, I am so stressed out? Because, like, Shane is going through it, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know how to be supportive of him. You think that those conversations didn't occur? Just think about it in your real life for a second, okay? Oh, Morgan had no clue what happened. Really? Like, seriously? Like, I don't really understand how people... This is where people write narratives about things, and they're like, well, Morgan had a lot going on in her life, blah, 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 whatever. I have friends of mine right now that have a lot of shit going on in their life, okay? Health concerns, dying family members, moving houses, all kinds of stuff happening, redos in their houses, roofs falling through, not being able to pay their bills, and trust me, they know everything that's going on in my life, okay? Because we're that close. Morgan is that close with her family. I'm not coming for her for what she's going on in her life. I'm just saying she knows what happened with Shane and Ryland and Garrett and Andrew. She knows, okay? Trust me, she knows. And I was so thankful for the one person that commented on my video and said, yes! It's the comment that starts with yes in all caps. You can go look at it. And it said, I've been using the YouTube editor for years and it takes hours, okay? Which meant, okay, for all these people that wanted to say, well, after she put it up, out of the goodness of her heart, she probably thought that she shouldn't have it up. No. She uploaded it and had to have started editing it when she uploaded it. That editor takes 4 to 6 hours, okay? And if that was how she felt about it, then she should have just deleted the video anyway. She left the video up and then re-edited it and then re-uploaded it. She left the video up intentionally to bring views to it. I don't understand why this is so baffling to people and why this is such a stretch for people when literally the people that and then somebody said she changed the thumbnail. I didn't even realize that, did she? I didn't even realize that she changed the thumbnail. So yes, she is listening to people behind the scenes like Rylan and Shane that are telling her what to do. Okay? I don't really understand. This is the thing, what I don't understand, okay? She comes out there and says that Andrew and Garrett, she reached out to because she didn't understand why they cut her off from the friendship, okay? I don't know why either. I said we would have to hear their stories. You know, but if she really has no part in that, then I think if she texted them and said, hey guys, what's going on? And they never responded and said, hey, get fucked, or, you know, like you're friends with, or you're hanging out with your brother and Shane and we don't want anything to do with them anymore, or, hey, listen, I just think it would be better if we all just, like, went our separate ways, or we love you, but hey, listen, whatever. Okay, I understand. I think that that's cruel. They should have given her a response to that. But like I said, we don't know what her involvement was in that, okay? They may have called her after that video went up and they said, you can take that video down because we're going to come out and tell the truth, because that's not how it went down, okay? But I don't believe that's what's happening. I think she knew the second that that video went live, she went into YouTube editor and started editing it out, okay? Because the only way that it stays up and remains the amount of views is to edit it in YouTube editor, okay? She didn't do that offline. She didn't take that to some software and edit that, because then she would have had to re-upload the video to YouTube. So she left it up. She allowed people to watch that scene until it all of a sudden just switched over when the editing was done. That takes about 6 to 8 hours, which makes sense because I watched it when it was up for 6 hours. Literally in the hour after I watched it, it changed because people were like, it's not there anymore. I watched it, I started reading my comments, and people were like, it's not there anymore. I literally watched it right before it changed. That was at the 6 hour mark, okay? So she had to have started, it takes that long to edit a video in YouTube editor. So she had to have started editing it the minute that it went live, okay? If she was that upset or changed her mind about things, she should have just taken down the whole video. That was a very calculated move to go into YouTube editor and just clip out that part. And also, the fact that she left up the part that says hot goss, okay? So she wanted people to know that she was talking about something. She could have cut that part out. She didn't. She left that part in. Okay, this all is very calculated. I know you don't want to believe this about Morgan Adams. Okay, I know you don't. But let's just look at it logically, all right? This doesn't make me hate her. This is just a marketing scheme, okay? But this is what I don't understand, is that she didn't really say anything that bad in the video. She just said she thought she was friends with Andrew and Garrett. She reached out to them. She doesn't really know what happened, blah, 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 whatever. And that they never responded to her, okay? Why did she need to delete that part off the video? Maybe come out and address that, you know? Maybe say, well, Ryland or Andrew and Garrett reached out to me afterwards. You know, maybe say I changed my mind. Maybe say that's not really the real story. Maybe say I was suggested by people. Maybe said after I put it up, this happened. Or maybe say, yeah, I did it on purpose for marketing. And it didn't work because I'm not getting that many views on it, you know? I don't know. Say what you need to say. But it's sketchy. And it's sketchy that she didn't even pin a comment addressing it. Did she? Let's look and see. I'll even give her that bit of the doubt. Hey, you guys, I deleted this part out because there's people all over the comment sections that are talking about it, right? Morgan Adams. Let's see. Maybe she did. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I hope she did. I hope she pinned a comment to it. Morgan Adams vlogs. Okay. Video. I'm ready to move on. Oh, she did edit the thumbnail. Yep. 266,000 views, 33 minutes, so it's still edited. Let's see if she put a comment underneath here, or pinned a comment, or put something in the description box. Okay, in the description box, welcome to 40 minutes. She didn't even change the description box. Still says 40-minute personalized FaceTime call. I hope you enjoy the ride. Okay, comments. Let's see if she has a pinned comment in here. Oh, pinned comment. Hi, my buddies. I hope you are all having the best holiday season ever. I love you so much. Vlogmas next year when I have a stable living environment, because she's living with her parents, supposedly, while her house is getting redone. Okay. Number 2 comment, it breaks my heart to hear Morgan reach out to Andrew and Garrett and they ignored her, and I don't think they should say things like they're awful. Okay, so she leaves that comment up and she never comes out and addresses it, and she deletes it, and people are saying she deleted it because she changed her mind. Well, if she changed her mind, then shouldn't she come out and address it so people don't leave those comments up there? Because she's not deleting those comments. She's not deleting those comments. So I'm confused about the whole situation. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt until she comes out and talks about it. I guess we're going to wait. You know, wait and speculate until Morgan decides to come out and tell us why she deleted that part out. Because the thing is, nothing that she said in that part was like a huge scandal. It was just that she thought they were really good friends. She reached out to them. They never responded. She's confused. I guess she's not friends with them anymore. Why did she need to delete that out of the video? It really wasn't, I mean, I didn't really think she was friends with them anymore anyway, because I didn't expect, in all honesty, as just a viewer from behind the scenes covering this stuff, I kind of probably figured that when, out of deference, I thought that because Shane and Ryland weren't talking to Andrew and Garrett anymore, that she probably sided with Shane and Ryland and didn't talk to them anymore. In all honesty. So, I was not surprised that they didn't have a relationship anymore, so it's not hot goss to me. Hot goss would have been why Andrew, Garrett, and Shane are not friends anymore and what happened behind the scenes. Okay? The hot goss was not that she reached out to them and they didn't respond. No, that was a dig at Andrew and Garrett is what it was, right? So I don't know. I'm going to reservation until Andrew and Garrett, Shane, or Morgan come out and tell us further. But I think it is interesting that she deleted that part. So I guess that she can maybe come out and address why she deleted that part in her next video. Probably get her more views. So she probably should do that for the views too. I mean, hey, listen, I ain't above giving people advice for getting views. I mean, YouTube's about the views. I've always said that for years. People are like, oh, Peter, blah, 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 you do this for the views. Who don't do it for the views? You know what I'm saying? I just think if you're going to do an important video, okay, you're going to talk about important things, okay, that's going to maybe, be the hottest topic video that you've done all year, maybe wait until the very last moment. It's going to kind of take away some of the importance and how profound it is, okay, if you do that at the very last minute. I'm just saying, okay, it's not a great look, but do what you need to do, okay? Like I've always said, hey, listen, who doesn't make videos for views, right? Like, we're all here for views, because the more views that we have, the more people that are watching our videos. And I don't know about you, but I'm making videos because I want people to watch them, you know? So the more views means more people watched it. And I love you guys, and I'm so grateful that you watch this video. So thank you so much, and I love you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.